Hi, this is Eric Burnett, Workforce Intelligence and Communications Coordinator for Kentuckiana Works. Today I'm going to be your ghost of job market future and show you where Louisville and some other cities are headed if current dynamics hold. The first up is Austin, Texas. Now these are all bubble charts that I'm going to show you. The way they work is each of these bubbles is an occupation. There are about 750 or so of these occupations in most cities. The size of the bubbles, how many people were working that occupation in 2013. So for example, in Austin, there were 31,629 retail salespeople in 2013. Where it is on the y-axis is how much job growth this occupation is projected to have in the next 10 years. And the x-axis is the median annual wage. So what you want is a big bubble that's high up and far to the right. This red line is the living wage for each of these cities. Each city has a different living wage. So you definitely want to be on the right side of that living wage line. And then the shade of green of the bubble is related to the level of education required. So the lighter the shade, the less education required. Over here, retail salespeople, for example, less than high school education required. Lawyers, doctorate or professional degree required. So you can see that Austin has several bubbles that are fairly big, high up, and far to the right, relatively speaking. And you can kind of see what they are: management analysts, computer systems analysts, software developers, general operations managers, teachers, lawyers. And you can also see that Austin has tremendous job growth all around, but a lot of it's on the low wage side of the line. So even in Austin, it looks like something close to 60% of the jobs are going to be below the living wage line in 10 years. One more thing to look at is that it's not just these jobs, but it's also these jobs. I put a line here at 1,000 jobs added over the next 10 years. So it's not just the big ads, the ones that are above 1,000 jobs, but look at the density of these smaller bubbles below 1,000 jobs. Austin has a lot of density here. All right, so let's look at another city, Portland, Oregon. Similar dynamics, a lot of density here, decent job growth in different areas here, kind of the same areas, management analysts, software developers, a lot of electricians growing in Portland, registered nurses, real estate agents, same as Austin. Cincinnati, not quite as robust job growth, but they still have some activity, over 1,000 new jobs, and they have a lot of low-wage jobs like all of these cities. Nashville, a little bit less, but Nashville's a smaller city. And now we get to Louisville. And you can see we basically only have one job that's big, high up and far to the right, and that's registered nurses. Personal financial advisors have, the projections have increased recently, so these are now a high-growth job area, but there aren't quite as many people working in that area. But other than that, we really don't have much. Now, there is a bias on these charts because I'm using raw numbers towards size. So the bigger the city, a bigger city like Cincinnati is going to look better simply because it's bigger. So it's going to have more job growth in raw numbers and bigger bubbles because it has more people working. And all of these cities that I've shown you are bigger than Louisville. But even if we go to Louisville and kind of zoom in on Louisville and scale the chart to our size, you can see that we still have a lot of low-wage job growth and not a whole lot going on here, not a lot of high-wage job growth. And let's look at this again versus Austin. So Austin has several things going on here, and Louisville, not as much. And if you look at Memphis, Tennessee, it looks pretty similar to Louisville. So this is where we're stuck. If we don't break out of this, this pattern, we're going to continue having more low-wage job growth and fewer jobs for people with higher levels of education. You can see the darker the bubble, the higher the wage, but the lower the job growth. Now, if you want to look at what the difference is between what jobs are making the difference between a city like Austin and a city like Louisville, I'd recommend going to my YouTube video, Why Louisville's Wages Are Lower Than Austin and Portland, which is on this same YouTube channel, Kentuckiana Works. Otherwise, feel free to send me an email or give me a call, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.